All right, welcome again to MG Sports TV, people. Thank you very much for joining me. And the Champion Cup has passed. JC versus KC, Kingston College versus Jamaica College. Two schools always going at it. They have a knack at it, right? They have a very, very much interest in always being competing at the highest level at every single possible awards they can get. If it's champs, schoolboy football, school challenge quiz, they are always going at it. Well, we all know how this thing sets up at this present moment, but today, JC hit the double. JC hit the double, Manning Cup and Champions Cup, and they will be going for the they're going for the treble on Wednesday versus CC in the Oliver Shield. Welcome again, people, to MG Sports TV. Thank you very much for joining me. I am your host, Mario Dakers. It has been honor to be doing this program from the start of the schoolboy football competition up until where we are right now, which is, I would say, the final hoorah. We're in the final hoorah of the competition. Now, if we should go back to some of the predictions, yes, people, so far, all finals, from my prediction standpoint, has been spot on. Yes, people, so the Ben Francis, the Walker Cup, the Dakasa Cup, the Manning Cup, now the Champions Cup. All finals prediction, I have got them right. Big up Shane. Shane and I said 2-1. Both of us said 2-1 for this one. And the game ended 2-1. Definitely, I was speaking with someone and I said 2-1 and whispered to score a penalty. But unfortunately, it wasn't a penalty. It was a free kick. Good free kick. I do think the keeper could have done a little bit better. Difficult to say. Massive respect to everyone who's coming in right now. But people in the comment section, plead my cause, big up Fresh God, big up Fresh God. ALM Beer, big up Well Bad Gaming, massive respect. Guys, I want you guys to do something right now. Go into the comment section. Not in the comment section, my apologies. Go into the description aspect of it. Yeah, down there, the like button. Go and find the like button. People make it know. I can't give you the directions to it. You know where it is. You know where it is. I don't know the directions. So you guys know where it is. So no need for me to tell you the directions, people. So go down there, that aspect of it, and find it. Plead my cause said 3-1 where my prediction cause me know JC did have to win. Okay, well. Them did have to win. Gee. Interesting. Stay said MG Whisper got pocketed by the end of the day. Who? Pocketed. He did have a good game still, you know. He had a good game, but not necessarily the one that you want to be effective. I do believe that he didn't get. That's the importance of shakes, you know. That's the importance of shakes, you know. That is the importance of shakes. Shakes definitely plays a pivotal aspect in that KC team, and I think the rest of the players, they struggle to find Whisper. It's not like Shakes has some very good passing in his foot. It's really good passing, and he can hit a 40-yard. Sorry, my apologies. He can hit a 40-yard pass out of nowhere, finding Whisper easily. So I do believe that the absence of Shake was evident. It was really evident because once Whisper started move, and I've seen it, even when I was watching the game, like there was so much time, a few of the players could have gotten the opportunity to hit Whisper in the channels, send him off on the go, and they didn't do it. They actually didn't do it. Like they won too many touches, or they made the wrong pass, wrong decision making. Yes, I do believe that the absence of Shake definitely hindered how Casey would want it to play. Plead my cause said JC not even mark him out. We just play our way and win. Okay. I do believe that they did a fairly good job on marking him. Hey, Blake was brilliant. Blake was brilliant again. Blake is so, people. I don't know. This boy is not normal, man. Brilliant defensive work from Blake. No, also, let's. I'm gonna do the preview. I'm gonna do the review, the rundown, people. I'm gonna do the rundown. Both teams. I'm gonna run through the teams in aspect, but more so on the winning team because they had a brilliant game. They really play good. So Gibbs came on in about 60 minutes. In the aspects of Casey, I do believe that Casey showed JC a lot of respect. I believe that they showed JC a lot of respect. I think so. JC Camp said Graham defended Whisper well. True. I do. One of Graham's biggest asset is his speed. He's very quick. He's very quick. And we all know the pace of Whisper. And I do believe that he match up to Whisper with pace quite so. So even when Whisper got in a breakaway, I do believe that he kept up with him quite well. Even to him throw him off just enough delay. But for sure. No, in regards to the defensive aspect, let me see something, people. Give me a sec. I don't want to say the wrong thing, you know. Don't want to say the wrong thing. So definitely. So let me run through the game. I'm gonna run through the game, people. Sian said, MG, which one of the KC keeper them better? Cause the two of them look shaky. Oof. Today, I'm being honest. If I'm being honest, I was sitting next to Bikey and me and Bikey are reason. I said Bikey no said the truth is the first shot I went at the goal. I said, why the keeper? He look nervous. I'm not gonna say it's shake. He look a bit nervous to me. I thought the atmosphere got to him. I thought the atmosphere got to him. I really thought the atmosphere got to him because I have seen him perform better than that. So it seems like it was the atmosphere was the issue. I thought the atmosphere was the issue. Jim Ricky said JC keeper. Selvan Milton said Millie, you think CC have any chance with JC in Oliver Shield? Alright, so I'll be doing the Oliver Shield preview or maybe tomorrow maybe the Oliver Shield preview. I think I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I'm gonna see if I can do the Oliver Shield preview tomorrow. It's gonna be interesting. That one is gonna be an interesting one. So tomorrow I'll be doing that one, people. I'll be doing that one tomorrow. But this tonight is just the review of the show. Tomorrow I'll be doing Oliver Shield preview, and then now I'm going to go more in depth into the game, more in depth into the discussion. I think I'll be doing that. So this is just a typical review of the game, of what happened and what we saw. So let's start with the KC team. First of all, I do believe that, as I said, starting with Malik Williams, he looked a bit nervous. From the first shot came at him, he looked a little bit nervous. I do believe that what we saw today is better than that. But unfortunately, the time get him. Blaine had a tremendous game. Bayam had a really good game. Unfortunately, it was difficult. KC on a whole, I thought today they look as if they were trying to deploy the same tactics that they played against CC, but it wasn't really connecting. That's what I got. It wasn't really connecting. But in the same sense, defensive wise, their defensive shape was not as rigid as it was when they played against CC. It was not as rigid. The spacing in between was not really balanced. So these are aspects that I'm looking at, and I thought that these things could have been fixed within the game. It never really fixed, but that's how a game. That's game state. Game state. That's all down to game state. For sure, I do believe that they had fairly good turnout in regards to what they could have done. When Gibbs came on, Gibbs kind of give them some extra punch in the midfield, but it's tough. It's tough. So I'm actually looking at I'm looking at some of the notes that I want me to take right now, so I look at. But at the end of the day, on KC aspect, I do believe that he could have seen more. I didn't really see Mattis taking the game by the scruff of the neck, in which would have expected him to be, because the other guys are not there. Gibbs didn't start, and also Shakes wasn't in the team. So I definitely thought that Mattis could have definitely stepped it up a bit. But so you go. Whisper tried. Unfortunately, JC players were really organized. Defensively, they were good. So that is it in regards to KC. Definitely. Let's move now to Jamaica College, in which I thought they had a brilliant game. Both attackers for JC, they caused pure problems for the KC team. Zimenez and Aldridge, they were untouchable. This is the best game of the season for Zimenez. This was his best performance. And if this is the Zimenez that we're always looking for, well, this is the Zimenez that we're always talking about. This is the Zimenez that we're expecting to come out week in, week out. He looks wonderful. He looks like the player that we all talked about. He looks like the player that would have seen as a youth player to be a part of the under 20 program or the national program. He looks like that type of player. He had a really good game. KC defenders were really struggling to keep up with both Zimenez and Aldridge. They had pretty much a very good game together. They played well off each other, and unfortunately Javier Lynch came on a bit later in the game to make an impact, but definitely that's just one of the things. Secondly, the other players, let me see, was Conte, well, Saviola. Back to what I said. Saviola had a tremendous game in the midfield. He was extremely active, very active. Show the game. Impressive, really impressive. I do believe I enjoyed that performance from him. Saka, I do believe Saka had his moments, not the high level of consistency that I would want from Saka, but for sure he was good. Sayers was solid as well in the midfield, proper game. Bennett also solid as well. So it was a balanced performance. Overall for JC, they look very good. They look really good. Bellet was all over the pitch, very active, pressing in the defensive third. They made it easy. The defender Xavier, even though 1 and 2 times we saw what happened when KC pressed him really well. A bit of mishap, a bit of miscommunication. But in the same sense, he gathered himself, and both him and Blake work well together. They understand each other, and that's a good thing in regards to defensive partnership. Really good defensive partnership between both of them. Definitely a tremendous performance by Michael Graham as the left back. With it hard task of trying to keep Whisper silent. Yes, he did majority of it, but in the same sense, Whisper still turn around and score from a set piece. Definitely well worked set piece as well. Yeah, he worked for that one. No, definitely Giant Fraser, I expected a little bit more from him. He was a bit silent and quiet today. He worked hard though. He really worked hard, but that's a part of it. You won't always get that highlight. But that's a part of football. Interpreter said Zimenez and Aldridge was very good. Yeah, definitely. Nicholas Paul said Wayne's season done. I said in season done. Apartheid, man. Apartheid. Really and truly. That's how football is. The JC keeper had a good game. Separate and apart from the free kick, I do believe they could have done a little better. That's Rose. He could have done a little bit better on the free kick for sure. Interpreter said one college said, me think it would have been different if Wayne start. He came on, he came on, and he made an impact. He kind of pushed the team forward a bit. He pushed the team maybe about 5 to 10 yards up the pitch, which kind of you saw what happened in the last 15 minutes when Gibbs and Waynes on the pitch, how the momentum swing in favor of KC, and when you start seeing JC doing a tactical going down and those burning times, those tactical burning times, just bit of game management in that aspect. So that is good. That's a part of football. Nicholas Paul said Zimmer is a striker we never knew we needed. And the funny thing about it, Zimmer is not purebred striker, no. Zimmer is not a purebred striker, no. James D said this JC squad should be at the World Cup. Eddie Edley said putting our right footer at left back work for JC today. That tactically nullify Whisper for most of the game, because when he's going to cut inside onto the left foot, the right footer best foot is preferred foot is right foot, so he can actually easily shape his body to retrieve the ball. So as I said, that's a very good work by Fergie. I have to give hats off to him. Sinan said JC first goal never offside. Why people say it's offside? I don't think it's offside. It didn't look offside to me. I would have to watch that slow motion replay for me to say anything like that. But from where I was, it didn't look offside. Nicholas Post said, I know he's not a striker, but it looked like him can groom into a scare striker. He's big, he's powerful. And I do believe that he has that bit of killer instinct. He has to work on his finishing though. For him to be a striker, Nicholas, he has to work on his finishing. And that is not his best attribute. Yes, he can kick a free kick, can kick the penalties, but striking, being a purebred striker is a different thing, people. Different thing. Being a purebred striker. Interpreted, he's talking about the goal that was called off. It wasn't offside. Oh, the goal, me not sure. But I never checked it back. The season finish at the team still hasn't peaked. OMG. Haven't peaked. Me not gonna say them peak. Maybe this is the level that they are at. But it's clear that they are better than most. Than majority. Evident that they're better than majority. Today we see him delicately score. Yeah, that was a good finish actually. But definitely he's not a purebred striker. Listen, people, a purebred striker is a unique thing, man. A purebred striker is a unique thing, It's a unique to be a purebred striker. Zimenez is not a purebred striker. Zimenez can score, but he's not a purebred striker. But he's big, he's forceful, he's technically good. So nothing's wrong with having him up front, leading line as well. But Aldridge now, I think Javier Lynch is more of a purebred striker than both Aldridge and Zimenez. I think both of them are more like the winger, wide forward type, and Lynch would be more of a number 9, a hard working striker who works off service. Both Aldridge and Zimenez are players who want the ball at their feet. They want to be going at people. Domin said Casey could have easily gotten the 4 they give CC easily. No, I won't say easily, but for sure it was a highly competitive game. I think the scoreline is fairly okay. Eddie says Zimenez don't have the finesse and guile to be a purebred striker. He's not a purebred striker. He's a powerhouse. More of a wing back, right back, one of those overlapping type of wing backs or overlapping type of right back. But as purebred striker, there are certain aspects. You have to have the natural killer instinct. The goal scoring process, you have to have that. That has to be natural. It's not something you can train to get. It has to be natural. Yes, you can train to refine it, but that sixth sense, it's like a sixth sense. Just as though the goalkeeper sixth sense is to the ball come, quick reaction, reflex, them things there. Goalkeeper sixth sense, yeah, you have to have that. Midfielder, technical ability, not just technical ability, but spatial awareness, finding the spaces on the pitch. Yeah, you have to have that. It's not because you can score a goal necessarily means that you are a striker. That's not how it really works. I.e., Whisper can score a lot of goals. But if you look at how Whisper plays, it's evident that he's not a natural striker. Let me show you what you can do. Look at players who are facing the goal. These goal scorers are goal scorers who are facing the goal. Purebred strikers are strikers back turn to goal, spin around defenders, one touch inside. Even purebred strikers, even the neck, are them back them are flinging it and to get the damn goal. Most purebred strikers, most of the goals that them score are not clean hit. You know, like when they used to whisper hit one from 30 yards, boom, lick it back on it. No. Most purebred strikers are some half chances, some little small touches, some little things, just a little glaze off a knee, or little chinks header. Yeah. Most purebred strikers, these are the type of goals they score. Grabati said for Jude for an example, Lewandowski. Yeah, these guys are purebred strikers. Most of the times they see them score a goal are not no clean hit. Where them a face the goal. They're goal players in behind, going in behind, a loose ball in behind, they're on it, and these things. Nicholas Post said, I'm glad the season worked out the way it did for JC. We will play and beat all the teams this season. For the Olivier Shield, Nicholas, I might differ, but definitely nothing's wrong with that. Plead my cause said, all football of JC that is not from Jamaica, all footballers of JC that is not from Jamaica is going back home to their family December 20 and coming back to school next year. Oh, nice. So that means them can go home with a silverware around them next to the hey, Mommy, Daddy, I came to Jamaica and this is what I want. Seeing as the JC dominate case in every aspect from defense, go straight up to attack. I would say so. They had for the midfield of KC, I do believe that for the majority of the game, first 65-70 minutes of the game, it was all JC. Saviola, Bennett, Saka, these guys are running free in the midfield. They had at the time of their life. No pressure, no one going at them. They had the time of their life. Nicholas Paul said, I know you will differ, MG, LOL. Yeah. We know, man. We know. But for sure, listen, Nicholas. So far, Manning Cup, the Casa Cup, then Francis, Walker Cup, Champions Cup. All predictions, I got them right. Every single one of them. People, even if you like a foolishness, if a joke me make, go and check back the previews for those games, for the finals. Go and check it back for yourself. You know what I'm going to do? I am going to make a compilation of me doing the predictions, and I'm going to put it up. So that's for evidence. For evidence sake. For the sake of evidence, people. Guys, please smash the like button. Saudi Crest, big up Saudi Crest. MG, good forwards, all they collect the ball with the back with back to goal. Their positioning always sees the goal. Their positioning always sees the goal. Okay, true, so true. But they're always in and around the 18-yard box. That's the reason I'm saying that. Like most players, because they score goal, people say they're automatical forwards. Let's look IE. Affleck, Porter, Orion Watson, Lynch, Wells, I think Omar Reed. Most of these guys, most of the time, they're not necessarily going at goal. Most of the time, they're moving like to the channels in behind around defenders. Pele, bless up Pele, my bro. Big up my boss. Big up. Hopefully you're doing good, my brother. Johnny D said, if you think CC gonna beat JC, that's gonna be your first L of the season. Well, Johnny, I am entitled to one L. Me not get none yet. Yeah, other than the mid-season predictions, them. Me get hope a mid-season prediction wrong, but no final. I'm yet to get a final wrong. I have yet to get a final wrong. So, if you're working off the final predictions that I'm doing so far, I think it's best to see if you side with me. Forward best position are between the goal frame. Yeah. All the actions, most of the actions between the goal frame. That's the 6-yard box. Between the 6 yard? I think yes, between the 6-yard box. The 6 yard, right? Yeah, man, the 6 yard. Between most of the action between the 6-yard box. Pele, I can't complain. I have life, so I'll just go and give thanks. Cabra said, I can't believe I ever had the slightest of doubt about the forward side. You see, the funny thing about it, most persons never knew JC would have been at this level. Because most persons, remember the people, The highlight was on Mona. The highlight was on KC. These are the teams that the highlight was on. And look who popped out of nowhere. Stats and JC. But the thing is, they're not popping out of nowhere. It's just that a lot of people weren't seeing them. So when we come out and say, boy, Stats and JC final, people say, hey, MJ, hey, well, MJ don't know your talk. This, that. I say, go still. That's a part of it. That's a part of it. First guy said, boy, MJ, me see Zimo get the ball, hold it up with back to goal and release it, then go in the box and make space for himself. Again, his movement in the box was fine. Tonight, this is the Ziminese. This is the Ziminese. This is the Ziminese. This is the Ziminese that we want to see continuously. This is the Ziminese. Yeah, man, people I use the Whisper versus KC match. If you say JC, I go walk over CC. Oh. Them I use the KC versus CC match. Them I assume say JC I go beat up CC, but let me tell you, man, it's different gravy, man. CC a different gravy. CC a different gravy. Squillichi said, look like this, brother. I wait on every bad game. Whisper have to criticize. It's not 2 players make a team, boss. It's 11. Who are criticize Whisper? Squillichi, Squillich 100. Who are criticize? Don't want nobody criticize. What? Squillichi, retype that, yeah, man. Because I want to know where say who are criticize who. I want to know where say who are criticize who. Nicholas Paul says, CC did in the stands. I take notes. First guy, grab a injury, return in the quarterfinals. They look said, make them see they underestimate CC. Listen, CC is a different ball game. Different. And me can tell us that JC knows. JC knows. They know. They know exactly what they're coming up against CC. But as I say, people, the Oliver Shield preview, maybe tomorrow evening. I'm going to do it tomorrow evening. I'm going to say we can do it tomorrow evening. Rob Smith said, great team defense by KC. It wasn't a bad game for a Whisper. It was a great game by JC. 100%. No, listen. The KC team faced a better team. That's just how football is sometimes. And even your star player could try best. It's just not gonna be good enough. That's just a part of football. Sean said CC get more rest the MJ. Yeah, but remember that also you have a team who's fresh from just playing a competitive game, so you have to look at that as well. Pele said, when is the final for Oliver Shield? It's on Wednesday. I think it's on Wednesday at Stadium East. I think Issa is still trying to work around getting it to the National Stadium, but it's as it stands, it's Wednesday at Stadium East. First guy said last time JC with Manning Cup, CC beat them in the Oliver Shield. Be careful. Okay. Skillish said Nicholas Paul me attack. Okay. Because me surprised because me never said that. Me never said that. Listen, not because the team lose necessarily means that you play bad. Let me show you something. Let me show you how football is. Because most of the KC players, they did well. They really played well. But the problem is that when you're playing against a better team, it's difficult for you to overpower a better team because these are better players. Now, the KC team, for sure, one thing I can tell you is that the team is young and for sure they will cause problem. They will be looking for a title next season. We will see. I think next season they'll be hunting for title. I'm not giving it to them next season. I'm giving it to them 2024. Not saying that it won't happen. I will not happen. But the team is young and they had an X factor. They won't have the X factor next season. Yes, they'll be better off. They'll be better next season. More experience. Players getting older. All of these factors. We're going to look into it. But for sure, this is one aspect. Now, Mr. John said, MG, if the 7 had put away his chance, KC would be up at the start. Yeah, but if you look at the run of the game, JC was pretty much dominant throughout the game. Now I say them batter KC, but they were dominant throughout the game. From front to defense, the transition so easy. Some of the time, a whole of transition for KC sort of rely to, but that's a part of football. It's clear that KC is good, but JC for sure was a better team. Jeremy said JC again next season. Look out for Eden Ali next season. Of course, I look out for Eden Ali. Giant Killers, which, well, hopefully it depends on the amount of players return. Pele said, based on my opinion, I didn't think going to SBA for Zimenez was a good idea. I understand where you're coming from. I understand what you're saying. But sometimes, let me just say this. Sometimes, in regards to contracts, players moving overseas and all these things, it's not as simple as what we think it is. It's not as simple. So if Whisper should make a move and it's not no, would you rather him just sitting down and not doing anything? No, that would make any sense. Keep him active. Let him continue to play. The problem is now, maybe he wanted to win a title with JC, so that could be the situation. In terms of if don't play football, if the ref never called offside and the missed penalty, we would have had 4 goals. Nicholas said, facts. Romy and Blake can start in any JPL squad right now. Yeah, Blake is looking brilliant. Blake is looking really, really good. Solid. Guys, we have over 80 persons watching. I don't know, we can't reach 40 likes. Jeez. People, me could see if we can hit 100 likes, people, please. Let's see if we can hit 100 likes. Fresh guy said, MG here, stamping interview after the match. Both him wish him could have keep Whisper another season. And I got ask him father if him can make him play another season. Which man are you know him? Which man are you know him father? No, sir, this is the last man. Yeah, but nothing is wrong. Hey, listen. If you're a coach and you have a best player, you're going to lose him. It's rough. Let me tell you. The truth is it's rough. It's rough when you lose the best player. But for sure, gone, father. Gone, father. Nicholas was, he did a joke. Okay. Mr. John said Whisper will be off to England. Man, them really want Whisper play another Manning Cup. Fresh guy said, which me and you know him father, and make that happen. Nah, make that happen. Steenan said Stampy was, hey, Steenan, come on, Steenan. Listen, man, you have to understand football now, Steenan. JC is one of the most experienced team in the competition. JC is one of the most experienced team in the competition. If you look at JC team, you have players on JC bench who for sure would start in any other team in Manning Cup. So you can imagine when you the tired legs, I used to like that Dylan John and them man they come on. Oh my word, man. You don't want to face that. 70, I think I must about 70 minutes Lynch come on. Lynch coming off their bench at 70 minutes. So think about it, people. Really, really think about it. Curry Paul said baller in the league, just as good as Whisper. Ooh. Alright, I'm not sure about that, Curry Paul. Curry Howell. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that because I have seen all the teams and I have seen players who are very good, really, really good, don't get the opportunity to make the next step. But Whisper is really, really good, man. Karoom said, big up Karoom, big up coach. Massive respect, coach. Big up. My healings. Kingston College looked like they were on holiday until them score. What a thing. Yes. I thought they really stepped up another gear. And when they scored the goal, I thought the momentum swing. They saw push a bit harder because maybe they saw a bit of light, say, hey, we can do this. Maybe that's when the belief system came in. That's when the belief system came in and they were pushing forward. So that's gonna be that's definitely one. That one is gonna be interesting to see. That's an interesting point, I should say. I'm not sure. I'm not gonna sure if they said them on holiday, but I do believe that they get an extra gear when Whisper scored that goal. That sense of belief came back. As I said, it could be a maturity thing because the team is quite young. And that is what was scary about this KC team for next season and the season after. Because the team is so young and what they did all throughout this season is going to show that they might come back next season extremely strong. Andre Williams said, Dylan John, the next Whisper. Eddie said, I would love to see some of these high school talents playing in JPL. Not just Manning Cup, but Dakasa Cup ballers also. Listen, There are very, very talented players in the Dakar Cup, man. Me can name, the amount of them me can name. And I know players in the Dakar Cup who are Premier League ready. I know players in the Dakar Cup who are Premier League ready. And you might likely to see a few of them in the Premier League quite soon. Roger Grant said some of the Moroccan players are attracting interest from big clubs. That's gonna happen. That is always gonna happen. But football, that is football now. When you do well, people are gonna see you. And that's when interest are gonna come in. When you do well, that's the importance of doing well in football. But that's a part of it. Here one people. So I did the breakdown, run through all of the aspects of the team. Tomorrow I'll be doing an Oliver Shield stream. I will be doing an Oliver Shield stream tomorrow. So people, look out for that stream tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? Tomorrow. Yes, I'll be doing that stream tomorrow. Look out for that stream tomorrow, people. For tonight, I'm going to close it off here for tonight, people. Congratulations to Jamaica College and doing the double so far in winning the Manning Cup and the Champions Cup. Looking forward to see you guys what's going to happen for the Oliver Shield. And well tried, Kingston College. You guys run a very, very good race this season. KC ran a very, very good race this season in the Manning Cup and also in the Champions Cup. A really good race. Despite how young the team is, despite the lack of many factors, despite all that, you guys run. Come like you guys, it would seem as if KC really punch above their weight. David Beckham, big up my bro, big up. Massive respect. Thank you very much for passing through. As you know, member of the channel, people. Karoom said, thanks for the coverage for the Manning Cup and the Dakar Cup. Big up, Karoom. I try my best. I might not be as good as some, but I do try my best to see how best I can put the best foot forward in regards to providing content and coverages. For those who don't know, the under 14 and the under 16 games, the under 14 game is published final for the rural era. It's published on my channel tomorrow. The under 16 will be available. That's Glenmuir versus Armstead's. Interesting one, people. I think you guys would love to see that. But definitely, people, I want to say thank you very much, people, for the support. Despite all I want to say, my coverage, this and that, the coverage that I'm doing won't make no sense if you guys are not supporting it. So you guys are actually the bigger reason why the coverage is so exciting. The coverage means something. It doesn't really matter what I do because me can do everything, but you guys don't find it interesting. So you guys finding interest in it is actually one of the biggest ideal. People, listen, the target for the year, for the 1st of January is 25k subscribers. We're far from it. We are 3,500. We are 3,500 subscribers away from hitting the 25k. I'm not sure if we're going to hit it, people. I'm being honest. But the only way we can hit it, people, is by you guys telling a friend and forcing a friend. Listen, I'm telling the people, if you see an old lady walk on the road, take away her phone. Take away her phone and hit subscribe on it, man. If you see an old man walk across the road, take away their phone and hit subscribe on it. If you see a baby with food at their mouth and they have a phone, take away their phone and press subscribe on it. Even that. Let's see if we can hit the 25k, people. I would really appreciate it. Oh yeah, when I take it from them, you can you can give them back, man. Never say if you take it, yeah. Take it from them and give them back, yeah. For sure. But blessings, people, massive respect. I would really people me tell the truth. I would love to hit the 25k. I'm really not sure me how to hit it, but I would love to hit it. As I say, aim for the stars. If you drop on the cloud, that's still comfortable. You still land on something soft and nice. Well, we don't know if clothes off. Yeah, maybe. But anyways, people, massive respect. Thank you very much, people, for tuning in. Really appreciate it. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the Oliver Shield preview show. That's going to be an interesting one. For sure, that will be an interesting one. We have a few things coming up in that one. Big up, people. Massive respect. And I'll see you guys again. Until next time, people. MG Sports TV. We are out.